Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about the weeping angel. You can admire this special angel in the cathedral in Amiens. The angel is above the tombstone of a religious man who takes care of orphans. The weeping angel symbolizes the grief of the orphan after his death.
Its angel became famous during the First World War because it was on postcards that were sent by soldiers all around the world. Its podcast was produced by
Luna
and Marilou. Thank you for your attention.
Hello everyone, welcome to ELT Podcast. We are going to present you what we did during the week.
On Monday, the French people were stressed because they did a presentation. All the students went to Amiens and the monument were big and beautiful.
On Tuesday, we went to Amiens to visit Radio Campus. We enjoyed eating in the kids' park. And after we went to the Christmas market, we ate waffle or churros in the chocolate.
On Wednesday, we began our podcast and we created a logo.
Today we finish our logo and our podcast. At noon we eat Christmas lunch and this evening we are going to go to the party to have our participation certificate.
Thank you for listening to the podcast project by Clémence,
Chloé,
16 and Nina.
Hi everyone, I'm Suzy and I'm French, and today we talk about similarities and difference between the European students. For beginning, the Romanian students start the school at 8 a.m. and finished at 2 or 3 p.m. and they don't change the classes. The French students being the school at 8:30 a.m. and finished at 4 or 5 p.m. They always change the classes. The Turkish students begin at 6:30 a.m. and finished at 1 p.m. They don't change the classes, and the Spanish students start the school at 9:30 a.m. and finished at 12:30 p.m. They stay in the same classes every day.
I'm Stefania and I am Romanian. In France, the students have a lunch break of 1 or 2 hours and they have a lot of sports in their schools. In Romania, all the breaks have 10 minutes and they don't have sports, they just run and do what the teacher says. The Spanish students have a 30 minutes break and they do lots of sports. In Turkish schools, they have 1 hour break and also have sports.
Hello, I'm Clemens. I'm French, like the French student, the Spanish and the Turkish student, in the canteen during the lunch. The Romanian student bring the lunch from home, while the French Turkey and the Spanish student can use their phone and the Spanish student. The Romanian can use their phone during a break. Thank you for listening on ELT Podcast.
See you soon!
In the podcast, we are going to present the Beffroi of Amiens. The Beffroi is a big tower with bells. In the Middle Age, the bell served as an alarm for the population.
And during the Second World War, the German soldiers bombarded the roof. It was been destroyed several times.
Now people can visit it and see any graffitis from Australian soldiers because when they are drunk, they are locked in the belfry.
Thank you for listening to us. This podcast was brought to you by Maya, Luna, Henry, and Matthias.
Welcome to ELT Podcast. Today we will talk about being a journalist at Radio Campus. A journalist finds out the most crispy pieces of information. He presents the news of the day or launches the reports. He can't make a mistake, other reports.
He needs to trust his colleagues. He can also imagine his own subject. A journalist has various tasks. He is creating audio article, presenting a program, interview the people. A journalist is a person important because he records a project for future.
A journalist has a timetable for week and future weeks. He can interview famous people. He can play music he wants. He has got a CD of famous singers and groups.
Welcome to the ELT Podcast. We are Alex, Biel and Corentin. Iconic exhibition is the Urban Art Road is enriched this year with 14 new works and 6 exhibitions around urban art. You can find these paintings in the walls on the street or in the floor. The street art in the street Saint Lee.
For example, the urban ice. The location of art chairs is decorated of rainbow colors thanks to the intervention of Cyclop. Favorite objects of the urban artists, the anti-parking bollards line up in your streets, become playful and fantastic characters, both by Zan and funny.
Secondly, the octopus and Nautilus. The name of the painting is Nemoctopus. This painting is a representation of the Jules Verne book. The paint shows the octopus is being offensive to the boat, named Nautilus. The name of the paint master is Romain Dorès.
And finally, the Batofar, in location 15, Rue de la Dodane. The paint master is Gunther. The Batofar is a flying invention inspired by the work of Jules Verne.
This is the end of the podcast. Thanks for listening.
Eating at the canteen in France.
Hello and welcome at the podcast of the canteen. Eating at the canteen in France. In the canteen at the Collège Les Coudriers, we have a lot of choice every day.
When we arrive, we take a tray and we take culture, one started, one main course and the dessert. The meals are varied and we are a special lunch. On the special occasions, a lunch of Christmas, for example.
When we finish, we throw away our waste on the paper, food scraps and plastic in different bins because the school recycles as much as possible. We hope you enjoyed this podcast.
It was produced by
Zainab,
Valentine
and Jan.
27 March 1969, it's a date of creation of university. 27,490 students in 2021. Legal Studies National Public establishment of the scientific, cultural and professional nature. The Center for World University ranked the University of Picardie 871 university in the world and 49 in France.
100 secondary school teachers and 500 non-preparement teachers take part in the university.
The APSO is part of regular studies of research and training in full mutation, but in terms of alliances between higher education establishments and in terms of spawn police form, says coming actors and committee stereotypes within this novel and speech. University by department, Amiens is located in the some 17 departments.
Hello, we will go to compare French specialty and Spain specialty. In France, we take the breakfast at 7 o'clock, whereas in Spain, they take the breakfast at 8 o'clock. In Spain, they eat at 2 o'clock, but in France, we eat at 12 o'clock.
In France, we take the dinner at 19 or 20 o'clock, whereas in Spain, people take the dinner at 21 o'clock or 22. In France, restaurants open at 12 o'clock, like in Spain, and they close at 1 o'clock, while in France they close at 22 o'clock.
In Spain, the Spanish people enjoy eating tortilla, whereas the French people like quiche Lorraine. The French are crazy about oyster, while the Spain people love paella. And in Spain, they are keen on gazpacho, whereas in France, we enjoy tortiflette.
After the dish, the Spain people like eating churros and crème Catalan, while the French people enjoy eating macaron and crème brûlée. It's similar to the Catalan crème.
Hey Violet, welcome to ELT Podcast. Today we're going to talk about Cathedral of Amiens. First, its size. It measures 113 meters height with the arrow and 48 meters wide. Cathedral of Amiens is the most beautiful Gothic cathedral of France. Our architect, Robert de Luzarche, is so talented. A construction began in 1220 and ended in 1228. In my opinion, the windows are very detailed and it's so cool. What's your opinion, Maggie? I guess Cathedral is a very interesting monument. Thank you for your attention. Take care of you. Bye. Bye.
Hello, welcome to ELT Podcast. It is a radio project. We have to present a subject. The subject is football. Mbappé is the top scorer of this World Cup with 5 goals for only 4 matches playing in the French team.
Erasmus Plus take place during the World Cup. Turkish people did not qualify for the World Cup. The Spanish lost to Morocco in the round of 16. Romanian people are not qualified for the World Cup.
Hello, welcome to Podcast ELT. Today we are going to talk about the Christmas market of Amiens. It is in the center of Amiens and it is the biggest Christmas market in the north of France.
There is a lot of people coming there because it's pretty famous in the city. The Christmas market has got 120 mini shops. You can buy traditional food and there is a mini ice skating. There is a lot of Christmas illumination. There is a very tall Christmas tree that's 30 meters high.
There is a love parade and there is carousel too. There is a Santa house, we can go inside. There is a place named Gambetta that singers and other little artists can practice on the stage. Thank you for listening to Podcast ELT. This podcast was produced by Medea, Vicky and Eugenie. See you for another information.
Welcome to ELT Podcast. Today you will hear some cool facts about Jules Verne. This podcast is presented by Alexandra, Ege and August. I'm the Romanian student, Alexandra, and I will present you the first facts. Jules Verne was not a scientist. Jules is admired by his capacity to predict the future of science. His novels talk about the future invention, but he never studied or practiced science. If I was a president in that days, I would have given him a prize for his imagination. He is a very good writer. He wrote a lot of books and novels such as From the Earth to the Moon, Around the World in 80 Days, and others. Jules Verne wrote about the future of Paris. Paris in the 20th century was written in 1863. The manuscript was rediscovered after his death in 1994. Many of his predictions became reality.
Hello, it's Ece. I'm from Turkey. Today I will present you the second fact about Jules Verne. His mentally ill nephew shot him in the leg. In March 1886, Jules Verne, who was disabled from the age of 58 in a traumatic event, was shot by his nephew. On the way home one day, his nephew Gaston shot him twice in the leg. Of course, as a result, his nephew was taken to a mental hospital. I think this was a very good decision, but it's not a good decision for Jules Verne to shoot one of his feet. He is one of the most translated authors in the world. Verne was a French writer, but has been translated into more than 150 languages. For example, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, From Earth to the Moon, Journey to the Center of the World.
Hi, I'm Auguste, a French student. Verne has insight about the future of submarines. An American engineer called Robert Fulton had invented the first submarine in 1797. Robert Fulton called his boat the Nautilus. After that, in 1868, Jules Verne wrote the novel In 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. He takes the name Nautilus for his submarine. He imagined a boat with a new technology. He used real facts to make science fiction. He fell in love with his cousin. Before his marriage with Honoré de Vienne, Jules Verne fell in love with his cousin Caroline Tronson. He wrote poems for her, but Tronson has not the same feeling. When she was married, Jules Verne was heartbroken. I found this small story romantic. He would have married his cousin, maybe that life would be changed.
Welcome on the podcast that is about Radio Campus by 3 students of Erasmus+.
This is an association, not business. It was created by students. I set off 29 radio-dependent stations. This is a nice interesting experience for you because we record your own voice and listening to.
We're learning to podcast and record sound at the radio station. Radio is a small mass media and allows us to understand what is going on in the world. The radio is small, but it is interesting. We can't see how it worked, but sometimes the explanation were a big long.
Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoy it from Anne, Barfin and on.